Why do we still do weddings? You read the papers and the magazines and you watch the news, and weddings are reported to be an old-fashioned, ancient ritual that only stifles the freedom of an ever-changing society. Why get married? Who needs it? Well, I'm glad you asked. Chris and Samantha come to be married this afternoon for the reasons that men and women have gotten together and been married for centuries, even millennia. Marriage is a good thing. In all of the criticism in regards to marriage, not one legitimate argument has ever been raised that proves that marriage is bad and that it should be abandoned. There have been bad marriages over the centuries, but marriage itself is a perfect, God-created institution. A marriage is the best avenue for raising children, bringing the care and nurturing of male and female partners. Marriage combines resources and creativity. Marriage creates helpers, partners, co-workers. The two of you have verbally committed to help each other, stand by one another's side, and that is a good thing. What you are doing today is a good thing. Marriage is a good thing that pleases God. God's plan for the union of man and woman inherently involves marriage. God designed intimacy for the confines of marriage alone. Anything less than that for a man and a woman together goes against what Scripture teaches. Marriage is a sign of commitment, honor, and real love. That's why what you're doing today is a good thing. He knew what He was doing when He created us. And when we decide to marry and follow His plan, He is pleased. What you're doing today is a good thing that pleases God. Marriage is a good thing that will bring a couple happiness for years to come. It will bring you pleasure, enjoyment, satisfaction, and fulfillment. All of those are possible outside of marriage. But there is a unique joy that comes from sharing life's wonderful experiences with someone else, the mate of your choosing. Marriage is a good thing. That's why we still do it. That's why we will do it until Christ returns, and that's why we are doing it today. You could have gotten married in any number of settings, in front of a judge, a justice of the peace, a sea captain, or even an ordained minister. Today, Samantha and Chris, you have chosen for your wedding ceremony a public event to be done before a minister, before your friends, before your family members, but most importantly, before your Father in heaven. Though we are going to celebrate on this joyous occasion, though we congratulate you and wish you the very best, we are only a small part of this wedding ceremony today. It is between you and your Father in heaven. Today you stand here eager and ready to please Him, the one who created you and loves you more than any other. It is our prayer that you're here to ask God's blessings upon your union. We want to do nothing without God's approval, His oversight, and His blessing. We want God to look down upon the two of you this afternoon and smile with His fullest blessings. As we gather today, we join this man and woman in the holy state of matrimony. As we've already said, marriage is a good thing, but it is much, much more. I truly believe that marriage is a wonderful, even sacred thing. We're told in the very earliest pages of Scripture that marriage was created by God. Thus it is a holy and sacred bond, never to be broken. Jesus honored the institution of marriage by performing His first public miracle at a wedding in Cana. Heaven is described not as a party or a cruise or a reunion. Heaven is described as a wedding feast. God has much interest in marriages and the weddings that begin them. Because the decision to get married is an awesome and lifelong decision, we want to ask Samantha and Chris now if it is indeed their intentions to be married today. Chris, do you take Samantha to be your wife, to live together in the holy covenant of marriage? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, do you promise to be faithful to her for as long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
And Samantha, do you take Christopher to be your husband, to live together in the holy covenant of marriage? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health? And forsaking all others, do you promise to be faithful to him for as long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
And do all of you witnessing this afternoon's ceremony promise to do all in your power to uphold these two persons in their marriage? If so, please answer, we do.
We do.
With your intentions now stated, I ask, who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Her mother and I.